Hello everybody, I'm Face, and in today's video, I want to talk about Loomian Legacy's energy system. Now, to most players, honestly, they probably don't even notice the energy system. They're just gonna follow along with it. But a handful of the quote-unquote competitive players, ones that just PvP, but a little bit more seriously, agree that the energy system in Loomian Legacy is not being handled very well. It's not the most healthy approach that's being taken. I'm also in this boat. I do believe that there are some issues with Loomian Legacy's energy system. So this video, I'll be talking about my problems with it, presenting a couple solutions, or changes I should say. And of course, I want your guys' thoughts in the comments below, so make sure you go do that as I present the information. But anyway, if you enjoy content like this, where I just, discuss various topics regarding Loomian Legacy, make sure you're subscribed and have a notification bell on, because, well, it seems that I do be posting these weekly, so there you go. Anyway, let's get into it. So, my main issue is, well, it's going to sound biased, but I feel like the energy system inherently hurts more offensive play in Loomian Legacy, more so than defensive, like stall and stuff. The reason being is that when your energy runs out, you have to wait or rest, and doing that is killing all momentum you have in a battle. Like, if you are sitting there literally doing nothing, you lose momentum, and this kind of play hurts faster offensive teams a lot more than, slower paced defensive teams. Because generally, if you're defensive, you're generally against something that you can take a hit or many hits from, and so you don't lose nearly as much as you do when an offensive thing has to sit there and do nothing and wait or rest to get energy. And so essentially the energy system favors stall over offense, and I would want it to, kind of close the gap between the two in like mechanically. So what I would want to do is make passive, like make energy just, recover passively at the end of every turn. At the end of every turn, every Loomian in the battle, on or off the field, get like 5% of their energy back every turn. That way, if you have an offensive thing and it's running low on energy, you can switch it out, and while it's off the field, it's regaining energy. And so when you send it back in later, it'll be able to actually do stuff. Now, this isn't going to completely get rid of the functionality of waiting and resting, because again, that's only 5% of your energy every turn. You're going to get to a point where you kind of need to wait or rest, and the situation where it hurts offense more than stall, or defense, will rise again, but the regen makes it so offense has a workaround. And it really doesn't hurt stall at all, because they are also regenerating their energy every turn. So, yeah, I feel like that would just be a good change. I feel like any game like this, a turn-based, energy-based system like this, should have energy regeneration, and it just makes sense. So hopefully that happens. And I don't think you'd have to change how wait and rest works, because, again, it's just an additional 5% at the end of every turn. So, yeah, I feel like that'd be really beneficial. Now, another thing with energy is just their formula for it. The current formula definitely puts way too much energy into Loomians, considering how much moves cost. And so a lot of formats, tournaments, we don't play level 100 because there's just too much energy. And it kind of, and again, it benefits stall more than offense in this instance, because the whole huge pool of energy benefits stall more, because they can take more defensive actions, and then they aren't hurt nearly as much by running out of energy. So Oh, and another thing with the whole huge pool of energy is that we play at level 50 because of it, and at level 50, the formula unfortunately doesn't give enough energy to the low base energy things, to the point where if you can't hold an energy orb and you have a like less than 80 base energy stat, you are in a lot of pain. You are in a lot of pain. You aren't going to see much usage unless you just have a really good niche. And so my proposed situation would be to change the current formula, which you see on your screen, into this formula, which you now see on your screen. The first number you see, the 2 times base value, I lowered that so things with higher, or it kind of lessens the difference, closes the gap between those with high base energy and those with low base energy. So, for example, Waka-Locka and Crackaloa, the highest in Cosmeor is the one with the highest energy, but the lowest base energy of a fully evolved Loomian and the highest, or I should just say second highest at this point, their current difference in energy, at level 100, Waka-Locka has 350 energy, and Crackaloa at level 100 has 526. With the new proposed formula, as you can see with the base energy accounting for less, also a little change in the see level divided by 65 and now level divided by 50. That's just making sure the level awards more so that energy doesn't go down too much. But with the new formula, or my formula, we can see that instead of or you could see the energy pool is significantly less, but you have Waka-Locka having 274 and Crackaloa having 372. So now the difference is less than 100. And in conjunction with the passive regen, this will let things act more often, and also let the game be played at level 100 in terms of like competitive. Now, what would this do in terms of like earlier game? It pretty much makes no difference at the very start of the game. Like, your starters still have 88 energy as opposed to 90. But the mid game, you do have quite a bit less energy, but like the story mode is so easy. I feel like the decrease in energy wouldn't hurt anyone. And then of course level 50, there's a lot less than before, but again, that would just only affect story mode. Basically, this change is just lowering the gap between low and high base energy Loomians, and just lowers the amount of energy in the game in general. Just to kind of coincide with the energy cost of moves. Now, that's not to say there wouldn't be moves that would need to be readjusted to account for the new system, or my proposed system. I shouldn't say the new, that implies that it would get added. But, moves like dodge that only cost 20 energy, when, now you're going to be regenerating energy every turn, might need looked at. But yeah, like the lower costing moves that are really good, like priority, dodge, support moves like poison, those might need looked at. But in general, I feel like this would be a more healthy approach to the game, because it allows even the lower base energy things to, see use, while also still showing, emphasizing that they have low energy. And yeah, that change would just be so that, maybe things like Waka-Locka, Arapaigo, and whatnot could be used without being forced into the energy orb, but like, still that being a good item. But anyway, those two problems are my main issues, and of course I've provided various solutions. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. How do you feel about energy? Are you one that feels like energy kind of sucks in this game? And do you like my proposed solutions, or would you do anything different? Let me know in the comments below. I am curious. I will be reading. I need to know. I want to know. And maybe hopefully, I could kind of propose this to devs and see what happens. But again, let me know your thoughts. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like because, you know, the algorithm does like the engagement, and it would very much so help my channel out. So please do it. Do it, please, now. Anyway, with that being said, hopefully you have a good day, afternoon, evening, morning, night, whatever part of the day it is. Hopefully it's good. I'll see you in another video. See ya.